Here we are live for the first time today. Not the last time, though. First time. We just start off a bit slow because it's still holiday time for a lot of people, and all the fun that goes with that, getting kids ready for school and yourselves, getting your world in order and into shape. Sounds good. Okay. So we had a great Christmas and quite nice and quiet. And the pool in the back was well used that day. Not so much since lately. Then temperatures have been up and down. Nice and warm in the water, and when you get out, you get cold. So that puts me off straight away. So we're just going to promote next week. We have a Q&A evening. Q&A. It'll be advertised a bit better off on next week's notice. A bit more ins and outs to it. What have it. And it's question and answer. If you put your question down in the comments, that'd be great. I'll respond to them as they come in, unless there's lots and lots, and then it'll go over into next week. But never mind, that's okay. It's all good. And I almost have a mantra for when I'm doing this sort of stuff. The first thing, the most important thing you will learn when learning hands-on healing. You want to put a sign on your hand or on your letterheads. You cannot put down that you are a healer. You have to have the appropriate medical, governmental rules and regulations about what you can claim to do and what you can do. That's up to you. But you have to be able to substantiate anything like that. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. You work on someone that's got cancer, terminal cancer, and they come around for you to healing, and obviously you're never going to be able to do it. You can make it easier, and the family gets upset, so they sue you, and you've lost your house and everything else. Then you have the government jumping in as well. So you cannot claim to be a medically trained and everything else healer. Our jobs or our choices of picking healing. Well, I guess for a lot of it sort of it chooses us. I never realised it, but I looking back, I would have been a healer when I was about 8 or 9 years old for our pet dog. And I never realised that until I found out what healing is. Then, well, it's more acceptable. Hi guys that have just joined us. I'm just reiterating again. You cannot put anything down that you're a healer. You're a healer, but you're not a medically qualified one. So there, in the terms of law, you are not a healer. but unless you're one of these wise people who knows that we are. So, and one other thing I'll add. I think I need to get some spare teeth here. One thing I will also add, everything that I say and I teach you, it's all based on my philosophy. Is my belief. They're not. It's not a black and white thing. It's something that I guess we've lived for quite a lot of years in different situations, and then we've had no excuse or reason to change it. You can perhaps will change a little bit of it in time to come, but as time goes on, it's worked and it's been really good. And it's good to have, it's just nice to know that you have your partner or your housemate, whoever, you're with someone, and there's a problem. It's nice to know that you can help them straight away. Then we'll go through getting that person's passion and permission when the time comes later on. So all the questions can come in. We'll take them. We'll do them next week. We'll start chewing them. It's a good one. Yeah, we'll start next week answering what's going on. So what I want to do now, I think we're all sort of here now. Let's just go back over Christmas and holidays. I'm not going to ask everybody what you did, because we will be here till next Christmas. So start from the beginning. At Christmas, we had a few friends around to drinkies and food and a splash in the pool if they wanted to, and just had a good time. And there was a lot of food, and there's always something to talk about. So we talked about it. And hopefully you didn't have to have a lot of problems to share and this, that, and the other. So what I'm going to do, I'd just like you to go back in your memory. Now, how was your Christmas, that holiday? And just keep it in your mind. Oh, excuse me. And what you had to eat and how, how friendly people were or not, as the case may be, doesn't matter. So what I want you to do now, while you're just collating the good times you had, I'd like you, some of you have done this already, I'd like you all to have a secret space. It can be one that you already have. It can be a place that you know physically exists. It could be somewhere you create in your mind, and that can be there always for you, and whatever you have in there. So let's just take a few minutes to have a overlook what happened and what didn't happen. Did you help anyone you didn't know? Did you give a stranger a smile or something? Or just, a couple of days to pass the palm of day? And to let him know, he's not always alone. And did you have to have a chat to one or two people, perhaps who's they're not having such a good time, at any level, financial, relations, work. If any of you who had to go through Christmas with all those things hanging on you, just take a minute or take a few minutes to go to see yourself walking into that secret space. And it's secret, so nobody's going to come along challenging and making a lot of noise. And the phones are all turned off, I hope. So just remember, you go whenever you feel overburdened with life or little things. Just go back into that secret space. And just spend time in there. And before you enter it completely, just commit yourself for 2 or 3 hours, or 2 or 3 minutes, seconds even, just to bless where you are going and what you have been, where you have been. And how did it feel? How did you feel when you came out of that sacred space? You can be in there as long as you wish, obviously. And it can be as composed as you wish it to be. And usually, a secret space, you try and keep it exactly that. You keep it as a secret place to be. So obviously, maybe you could have your door open to all of your friends. If ever there's a problem, then they can share it with you. And you don't have to give the answers, but you can just be there for someone to listen. Very often or not, the listening bit is the most important. Because quite often you find out once a person has shared a problem, miraculously, that goes away. Not all do, but some do. Some you can't change, especially other people's, because they are living their life and it's not up to us to change it. We can't do that. We don't have the power or the permission to do that. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that exercise for a while. It won't be a long one tonight, just long enough though to say thank you all for being here for this first meeting with this word. Sorry, this word. If your mind drifts around a bit, don't worry. Or if it's important enough, just keep focused on what you're doing in there for. You could even spend these last few moments thanking all those people who came to spend their time with you and to be there, to be a part of the good feeling, sharing, the joy of Christmas. We all share it in different ways, Not everybody calls Jesus God. Whatever they call it is fine. It's up to them. You don't have to change. So just be aware. So, do you have any questions? Just please put them on an email, and I'll attend to them as they come in. I mean, this is the first one we've done for this healing group. So let's, the more questions, the better. And just a word of kindness, really. If you have something that's bothering you, please don't sit there sitting on your trouble saying, oh, no, I can't say that. I think people think I'm daft. We just think that there's probably another 6 people in that area that want to talk the very same problem as you have expressed, and you have opened the door for them to do so. So, and then the time goes round and round, and we all have a great time. We all spend a stranger, a friend you haven't met yet. Okay, now it's perhaps time to come out of your secret spell, your secret space. It's up to you if you just walk out of it, or some people, like as they leave, just clasp their hands in front of them, and just very slightly, just nod your head, just as a thank you for the energy that shares it with you. Just to add on thought, how you do things, occasions in your secret space. It doesn't have to be any time or anything. If you feel the need somewhere, then put it into practice. Then we'll cover later about getting people's permission to do so. So, well, thank you once again for being a part of it. And I hope you got some out of it, apart from the fact that now that just you have to accept the fact that at the moment we're a day older than we were yesterday. How's that to ponder? Anyway, until next week, we will see you all. And hopefully, by the way, don't forget, you bring a friend or anyone if you like. It's a free thing, there's no entrance fee. Just come as you are and be as you are. So it's time I go and be my friend with a cup of tea. Okay, guys and girls, thank you for being a part of this, for giving up your time. And just help. And the picture of that sacred space, just look where it is, you can always find it. Okay, so thank you for coming, thank you for being, and I say goodbye to you for this time, till next time. and do take care out there.